everybody, this is Pam with Jesusjunkjournals, and we are going to bind our signatures on this video. So I have my 3 signatures picked out, 5 pages and 1 extra journaling page in each one. I am now going to take my waxed linen thread. I go 2.5 times the height of your signature, so 1, 2, 2.5. Flatten it out with your thumbnail, thread your upholstery needle or what other heavy needle you have. Then I'm going to take my awl, and I'm going to take a piece of styrofoam packing, and I'm going to get my pages all. Make sure you go through and make sure everything is right side up if you care about that. Make sure you have the inside pressed down. Somebody suggested using a ruler, which I think is a great idea. Take your ruler and poke it down so that everything is all the way together at the back of the spine. And then I'll put a clamp. I don't get all carried away with this. I've had good results getting this, just poking 3 holes and sewing them in, and they just seem to come out fine. So I poke 1 at the bottom, 1 at the top, and 1 in the middle, eyeballing it, roughly 1/2 inch from the edge. And then depending on where you want your ties to be, if you want the tie to be hidden, you come from the back. If you want to use it to put little charms on or tie a bow, you come from the inside. I like to have it hidden, so I'm going to come from the back, put my needle in, and leave a tail to tie it with, and bring my needle up here to this top hole, and then go all the way to the bottom and put it into here. Pull it through. Sometimes you kind of have to wobble it back and forth and get it to go through. And then you want to put it through the middle hole again. Make sure you don't snag this thread that's already there. And pull it through here. Take your needle off. And then you've got your 2 tails, and you pull it really tight. Make sure you get all the slack out of it. Put 1 tail on one side of this string that goes down the middle and 1 on the other side, and tie it in a double or triple knot, depending on how confident you are that it's going to hold. I always do 3 just to make sure. 2 and 3. And then cut them off. And then, so there's 1. And then I'll quickly do these other 2. There are our 3 signatures, and we are ready to move on. I think that's the fastest I've ever bound signatures. But if you need more detail, you can watch almost any of my other journal series, and I do it every time, and sometimes I take a lot longer to show you and go through it all, but it's very straightforward. It's not hard. It doesn't take very long, so don't be afraid to do it. So now we are ready to do some other things. So let's see. I had a phrase. Let's see. Looking for one of these. I think I I feel like I need, well, maybe not. I was going to do, you were bought with a price on here. So let me get a piece of scratch paper and kind of get the general size that I have to fill. And so I'll practice here. I'll do a little thumbnail like you were bought for a price, so that you figure out your layout of your words. I actually could do it in this pencil. You were bought with a price. I changed that, but that gives me a general idea. So now I got these new, they're grabby or gravy. They have white and black markers. One of the videos I watched, somebody was talking about these and said they were really good. So I thought I'd give them a try. And actually, I think I better try it on one of the smaller areas. I want to see how solid it comes out. Actually, what I could do it on this. Okay, so let's see. How about Love is Patient? This started, it's brand new, so the paint hasn't, there it is. Oh, pretty nice. Okay. It does work well. Okay. You were bought. So. And I keep thinking of King James, you were bought with a price. And I think the New American Standard says you were bought for a price. I'm going to say with a price. No, bought for a price. I'll do with. Do the faux calligraphy if I can. Let's see. So the downstroke, you thicken it. So you start out thin and come out like that. Go back in. Taper it where it goes back to. Oh, these are nice pens. I like them. And I'm left-handed, so I have to really watch out that I don't drag my hand through it. Let's see. leave that skinny. What about with the price? Okay. All right, so I'm going to put a clamp on that so it holds it open so it can dry. I'm going to do At the Last Trumpet. So let me get my pencil again. Ow, let me do a little. So this is shaped like this. So at the last trumpet, or do I want to do at the last trumpet? Okay. Oh, this pen kind of splatters if you're not going in exactly the right direction. If you go against the grain, it kind of splatters a little bit, but that's okay. At the last trumpet. Okay. Do I have any in this one? I have one there. Twinkling of an eye. So and the twinkling of an eye. Okay, so okay. Okay, so I still have these. Okay, I think that, let's check this one, see if there's any other. Okay, that's it for that. So now I think we're ready to start working on the add-on kit. I think maybe will be the next thing. So I've actually already started cutting some things out. I cut out the page that had the tags and the tabs and the belly band, and I'm just keeping them in this little bucket here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out, let's see, I think I'll just do one thing at a time. Let's do the, we can do the envelopes. There's one on this page, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out, cut these out real quick, and then I'll come back, and I think you know how to do them, but we'll go ahead and show those when they're cut out. And so I'll be right back. Okay, I've got some cut out here. I'm going to go ahead and show you. I think you know, but I'll do it anyway. I'm going to use a scoring board, especially with the little ones. I think it will make it a lot easier. And so I'm just going to score it like from corner to corner on the flaps. And that will make it, sometimes it's hard to fold these small items. So if you score them first, I think it makes it easier. And I'm not inking these. I'm so used to inking everything because I do the vintage look. And so this time I thought I would not ink. And not that there's anything wrong with inking one way or the other, but I just thought I would try it. And it just seems so weird not to. So now I'm going to glue it, and you can either glue this way, which is the way I think most envelopes are made, or you can fold it in and glue this. Maybe that's the way they're made. I always forget. It doesn't matter either way you want to do it. Just put a little bit of glue, and then depending on what glue you use, this one you kind of have to hold it. I'm using the PVA glue, and it takes it a second to get a hold. If you're using art glitter glue or barely art glue, it's pretty instant. And so there's that envelope, and and then the coin envelope is what this is called. It's got dotted lines for you to score. And oops, got the little, I'm liking the way my safety pin scanned on these. I think that's pretty cute. And so these overlap slightly, so if you put a little bit of glue on one edge, whichever one you want to overlap, and then this folds up over that. And the big flap is really supposed to be at the top. I think I've done that. I've done it this several different ways, but this is the way it's supposed to be, I believe. Big flap at the top. And there's that. So I'll go ahead and put that in there, and then I will finish folding all of these off camera. But that's it for this video, and I thank you for watching, and I will be back on the next one, and we'll do something else fun. So see you next time. Bye-bye.